Everybody, welcome back to Social Media Luge Down. We talk horror and nothing but horror. How is everybody doing? And I hope everyone's doing well. And today, guys, I'm going to be continuing my Saw franchise reviews. And today, well, to be fair, this film's a Saw film, but not a Saw film, but also being a Saw film, but also not being a Saw film. This film is called Spiral from the Book of Saw, or just Spiral, whatever you want to call it. Directed by Darren Lynn Bousman, and this film released in the USA on May 14th, 2021, and released in the UK May 17th, 2021. Let's get a review and see what I think about Spiral from the Book of Saw. The movie opens with some sort of festival. As a police officer, Detective Marv Boswick, played by Dan Petrovic, is walking through the crowd as he spots someone and follows him down a manhole. As he ends up inside some tunnels, as he goes further, he sees someone that turns out to be a mannequin, as he is knocked out by someone in a pig mask. When he wakes up, he's in some sort of device that has his tongue trapped, that is hanging him up as he's stood on a chair. When we hear the voice of this Jigsaw.
You have taken the witness stand many times and railroaded innocent people with your lies, putting them away in jail. Today, it is you who will...
Really? That's what you went with? Like, Kramer in the originals would use his own voice, maybe distorted a little, and it was deep and menacing. This just sounds like a fucking stupid voice here. Marv here has to rip his tongue out to survive before a train comes. Well, he pushes the stool he was stood on away as he falls. His tongue is ripped out and he's hit by the train anyway. The next character we meet is Detective Zeke Banks, played by Chris Rock, who was also one of the writers for the movie. He is undercover here with some robbers getting ready for a job, where he says,
"He made $1 billion selling shrimp, and she still wouldn't fuck him."
Like, is this supposed to be funny? Because not really my type of humour. But as they get to the escape car, the police are there as one of the officers recognises Zeke. Yeah, he's on this job without the boss's knowledge, where we meet his police captain, Angela Garza, played by Marisol Nichols. She is tired of him doing his own thing, working alone, as she tells him she's giving him a partner. Then we meet Zeke's new partner, Detective William Schenk, played by Max Minghella. I will also mention it now, the reason that other people Zeke works with don't like him is because he ratted out a dirty cop he used to work with. Zeke and William end up going to the crime scene from the beginning of the movie. They thought the victim was a homeless person, but Zeke realizes the person is married and wears a Fitbit, so not a homeless person. Back at the station, Zeke has a package delivered to him, which is a USB drive that says, "Play me" on it, as he plugs it into William's computer as they play the file.
Detective Banks, I'm here to help reform the Metro Police, to remind them of their oath to the people of this city. One officer from your station...
This Jigsaw doesn't go after just anyone. He targets police officers who have done wrong, which, yeah, is different than John, who went after people who did stuff that would show they didn't cherish their or anyone else's lives. But this one goes after corrupt cops instead. They end up in an alleyway where they find a box that has the tongue inside, along with the cop's badge. Oh yeah, the cops I should have mentioned are Detective Fitch, played by Richard Zeperi, who is a massive asshole, and Sergeant Morgue, played by Dylan Roberts. After Zeke and William visit Marv's wife, we end up in Zeke's home, where we meet his dad, Marcus Banks, played by the one and only Samuel L. Jackson, who in this movie is an ex-cop who used to be the captain of the department before he retired. After some scenes, we end up with Fitch as they go to look at the camera footage, but Fitch says he can go visit someone to get information. After a scene with Banks, Fitch goes to where his contact is, but the contact is not there, just his hat and other stuff. where he is knocked out and put into a game. But before we see the game, Zeke goes back to his home hoping to eat with his father, but his dad isn't there. Little later, when we end up at the police station where they watch a video, they go to the location of the video where they find human fingers and the person's badge, which was Fitcher's badge, where we see a flashback that Zeke was shot on the job, and we learn Fitch didn't help him. Where?
Sir, you're gonna be okay. Stay with me. You're good. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be just fine.
Please, sir, please, let us do our jobs. Come on, let us do our jobs. Let's go.
After that flashback, we see the game. In this game, Fitch had to willingly have his fingers ripped off. If he didn't, he would be electrocuted to death, which, as you could tell, he did die. After some scenes, Zeke and William go to see Peter Dunleavy, played by Patrick McManus, who was the cop that Zeke reported. We learn in a flashback that he was interviewing a witness that said he would testify against someone, but Patrick shot the witness dead. He told Zeke that the witness pulled a gun on him, but Zeke wasn't buying it at all. After this, it's the next day back at the station. They had a package delivered that Zeke had the station evacuated, thinking it may be a bomb. When they open it, inside is the pig puppet that has a human skin around it, which has William's tattoo on it. When later they find the body that they believe to be William. After Zeke was called out onto a scene, Angie is attacked and put into a game where she has to separate her spinal cord or her face will be covered in hot melted wax that will kill her, which does end up in her death. Zeke leaves the station after a dispute going back to see Patrick, but he's nowhere to be found. When we end up with Marcus, who goes through this building, which ends up with him being knocked out by the killer. Zeke then, from being knocked out earlier, wakes up handcuffed to a pipe where he sees a saw. He picked it up, but doesn't do what you may think, because before he used it, he sees something on the floor that he can use to get out of the cuffs, where we end up with Zeke finding Patrick. Zeke has to try and get Patrick out of the chains, but now and then he has smashed glass hurled at him. But he does die. Zeke ends up face to face with the new Jigsaw killer. It's William. He isn't dead after all. Yet William was the kid of the man Patrick shot and killed. He saw the whole thing because his dad was going to testify against another cop who threw someone off a roof, which led Patrick to kill him to protect the fellow officer. William wants Zeke to join him, saying William takes Zeke to his dad as his dad is trapped in some sort of contraption. In this game, Zeke needs to shoot a target that's up in the air before his dad bleeds out and before the cops show up, as they are already in the building, where he does, but Zeke attacks William. Marcus is lifted up in the air for some reason when William escapes as the movie comes to an end. Where to start? I can tell the movie was a Chris Rock movie. He wanted to make so bad because he is a massive Saw fan. He is a fan of the Saw movies, but it just wasn't it. The motive for this Jigsaw, or whatever you want to call him, is revenge on corrupt cops, which is good motive and all, but executed strangely. We don't get any explanation on how this guy was able to put together any of the games and traps. From what we know, he has no background. That John's background, he was an engineer. The puppet being a pig made sense. Even John used the symbol of the pig for his games. But the voice for this Jigsaw didn't scare me. It just was weird and like your generic text-to-speech voice or voice changes type thing. There are some things I like in the movie. Samuel Jackson was a good choice for Marcus, but we didn't get enough time with him, and we didn't see much of his and Zeke's relationship either, which I would have liked. Overall, I'm going to be giving this movie a 4.10 rating. I hope everybody did enjoy this. I hope everybody did enjoy this movie review of Spiral from the Book of Saw. Hope everybody did enjoy it. Sorry if I were talking way too fast or whatever. You know, still trying to get used to the teleprompter. It's very new to me, not used to it. So I'm still trying to get used to using it, but I think I'm getting there. I hope everybody did enjoy today's video though. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe if you are new here. If you like what you see, then go for it if you want to see any more. I hope everybody has a nice day, and I'll see you horror fans later. Bye for now.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Have you checked the children?
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?